Freeze was just released by EA. It is a mashup between Freeze and Preseason. We're going to break it down. Stick around. Let's take a look at the entire event. Guys, FinallyHeSleeps here. Today, we're going to talk about Preseason Freeze. Tips, tricks, what's possible free to play, now and later, legacy squads, and the reset. First, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications. That way you never miss when any videos go live. Check out FinallyHeSleeps.com and my Twitch channel. The links are at the bottom of the screen. They're always down there. Also, now this is huge. It's huge. Big giveaway coming on Sunday, December 5th, live on Twitch. Find me on Twitter at FinallyHeSleeps for details on the giveaway for an exclusive art Preseason Freeze Mbappe, only available in one of the content creator giveaways. All right, Preseason Freeze. It's a mashup of two huge events each season, Freeze and Preseason. So is it Freezing? Or Preseason, something. Freeze. Preseason Freeze. So you're going to do is log in every day. You're going to get 3 frozen lures. Then the basic breakdown is you play skill games and a match every day for village points and snowball points. You use the village points in either the Winter Village Day path or the Winter Village Night path. You also have the snowball tokens. Those you're going to use to claim players and resources in a player wheel type thing. You have frozen lures as well that you're going to use in the ice fishing hole. This is one of the fishing games that we've seen over the last few events. It's basically luck based, and you're looking for daily resource rewards. And then in the last one, the Now and Later tab, you'll complete SBCs and collect your Now and Later points, which are good for resources and items at once the reset occurs. Now, this is the basic thing. Then you're going to have daily quests to complete for Aurora Pass quests, as you can see those. Those are going to be used in the Aurora Pass, which is in your main screen, for, again, more resources and items that you're going to use towards the event. Now and later points are also involved. Do you get now and later points in this, or is it just... No, it looks like it's just free stuff in this one. Just going to use it towards everything that goes into this event. Now, there is more coming to Preseason Freeze in the coming weeks as well, including a preseason pass where you can buy Robertson and Dele Alli. So our numbers are not going to be complete in this guide. There will be changes, and we have no idea what's in that pass yet besides those 2 players. And the only reason we know those 2 players are in there is because when you go to the Now and Later tab, they have them here. Like Robertson shows that he will unlock from the preseason pass, unlocks in 20 days. So there's just more, but that's basically the event in a nutshell. Now, before I run the numbers, there are some big things revealed today along with the event that we need to address. First, if you caught this in EA's guide, here, there's no legacy next season, so we're going to check this out. A new FIFA Mobile season is nearly upon us. This season is the biggest update we have ever done on FIFA Mobile, and the new game version is loaded with upgrades, improvements, and additions that we are eager to tell you about over the next several weeks. We'll be unveiling some of those new and exciting changes. See, that sounds good so far, but then, while there are many great changes coming to the new season, there are limitations. There are limitations to cut and paste, notably the end of the legacy mode, which is not compatible with the new game version. This means that the team you are currently using will remain until the new season begins, but you will no longer be able to view or play with it as a legacy team in the new season. Yeah. In case you missed that. Now, there is a silver lining. It's a small one, but there is a silver lining. We understand how disappointing this is. It was a hard decision, but we feel all the upgrades that come with moving to the new game version is worth this loss. However, we believe it's important that your end of the season Team OVR still matters. You will receive rewards in the new season based on the OVR of your final team, and the higher your actives lineup, the better your rewards. So I can't really say what the new rewards are going to be. I've asked, I'm not getting an answer as far as what we have. Like, is there tiers for your OVR? But that's a big hit. That's a big hit for as far as you guys. And I know a lot of people are like, what difference does it make? None of us ever play Legacy. But what it does is when you look on your name, and right now you can see your profiles from the years past, and you can see your active lineups from older profiles. That's all going away. One of the things that a lot of us like to do, especially content creators, is reference our team builds from seasons before. This is what gives us a reason to have like a theme squad coming into the end of the season. Like, Team of the Week Milner from the very beginning of the season. There's some joy to that, to be able to show our legacy stuff throughout. And we're losing that moving into the new season. So really the only advantage to building your highest possible team right now is just for the now and later points for next season. So let's talk about now and later rewards and how they work. You do not, this is important and you need to understand this, you do not get the now and later players like Bale, for example. 117 right wing Bale. You do not get Bale for this season and then a 117 Bale next season. Doesn't work that way. The Bale you're going to get next season will be an elite. He could be an 83, an 84, an 85. That's it. You get him, you use him, he is non-auctionable, but then again, everything in the new season is non-auctionable within a week. But anyway, the new players that you get are untradeable, and they are not an equivalent to what you have now. They do give you an advantage in the beginning of the season, but it is not the same thing. Like if we go back to the main tab and we look at one of the milestone players, Drogba, prime icon, now and later Drogba. Now and later prime icon, you will receive an exclusive event icon master version of this player in the next season of FIFA Mobile. You do not get a 120 Drogba to start the season out with. Might be a 1 or like a 87, 88, maybe an 89 if you're really lucky. Anyone who's playing the beta now knows how long that is going to last. No, it's a master, so it's at least going to be like a 91, 92. But it's still not going to hold its weight for very long. So take that into consideration as you're playing this event. Now, all the other players that you're going to receive besides Drogba, who is a master, are going to be elites once it goes over. Now, those two important items, so I just want to mention them about the now and later and the legacy. There are some visual errors in this, the whole thing. If you want to look at like now and later, if we go to this second SBC, right now it shows that you get 3,000 skill boost times 10. That's 30,000 skill boost. Here's a spoiler. You don't get 30,000 skill boost. It's a visual bug. We believe it's just 3,000 boost. I haven't completed it yet. I'd have to actually put the squad together. We'll probably do that on Twitch after this goes live, but it's not 30,000 skill boost. It's supposed to just be 3,000. So expect that to get fixed over time. Now that we've gone through all that, let's run the numbers as we know right now. These are the numbers as we know right now. That has to be, you need to realize that because there is changes going to come in this event as it continues to run on and more is revealed. So don't, take these numbers for gospel because things are going to change. If we go back to the main menu, the skill games that we earn every day, You have 7 of these things to play. You have the main one and then the pinwheel of Freeze snow games. You're going to need some coin packs for these because each of these, there are 7. Each one takes 5. That's 35 points to be able to do them all. There's only 24 hours in a day. With the ad, it's only giving you 5, so that's 29, and you need 35. So you're going to be 6 short. You're going to require some of the coin packs overall. Just, you don't have to buy them every day, but it depends on how you stack energy. But you're going to have to be smart with it because you're only getting so much. So you've got to pay attention to when you're doing the skill games and how much you have. The bottom ones are star skill games. The top are just straight skill games. Each of them gives 100 village points. 100 village points times 7 days times a 46-day event is 32,200 total village points. Now, there are also village points in this Aurora Pass. There are 1,500 here, so that brings the grand total to 33,700 village points total across the entire event. 33,700. That is important. We'll come back to it. Now, if we go back to the midweek matchups, these are a little bit different. Now, there are 7 matchups that we can play, 7 AI matches. 1 unlocks every single day. There are 46 days in this event. Each one gives you 100 snowballs. So 46 days of matches, that is 4,600 snowball tokens. Now, there is some confusion, and some people are saying one thing, some are saying another. It is a 7-week-long event, but only 46 days. So at the reset of that last week, we will either get 7 matches and they'll unlock on the last day, maybe, or that last week is not going to have all 7, but only 4, because there's only 46 days. That means it's either going to be 4,600 snowballs from these or 4,900 snowballs. We're not quite sure at this point. We don't know, and we may not know until that final week because nobody's answering a question about that. Now, there are also 600 Aurora or snowballs in the Aurora Pass. That means grand total for snowballs is 5,200 to 5,500, depending upon what happens in that last week. Now, for the Winter Village Pass, Winter Village day and night, they both run on the same point structure in this path. It doesn't change. The resources, everything is the exact same. The only thing that is different is the players. So you're going to choose where you want to go or wait until we know more. Because like with Preseason Pass, that we know is coming because of Ollie and Robertson, we don't really know how many additional village points we're going to have from that until it gets released or it gets leaked. Now, the now and later players are probably the most important to most people here in this event because it's giving you something now and something later. Now, these are both located at lower right 9 and lower right or lower left 9. Trippier on one side, and then we've got this one on the other. That's it. That's it. It takes 20,000 points to get to either of them because you have to come straight down the middle and then go over to him and go around. So you have to meet him from both sides. You have to complete the whole right and the lower, so you have to come down. So it takes 20,000 points to claim one of them. Now, if you go to claim the other one, you don't have to come down the middle again. You just have to follow the other one. So that means the second one requires an additional 16,085 points to get him. To claim both now and later players in one path is a total of 16,085, which is 2,385 short with the 33,700 that we have. So you're really only 2,385 short. It's not much. It's like 5,000 gems, something like that, or within range. Plus, we don't know what's going to happen in that preseason pass. So depending upon what that happens, there is a chance that you could grab both now and later players relatively free to play with some gems. Now, there is another option with this. If you're not looking for the now and later players, because obviously they're not really useful next season, a lot of people are going to be dumping them within a week of the season reset because they'll be claiming players that are better, especially if you're playing the beta. You know that you move quickly in the new game. Most people hit 90 within a couple of days of playing the beta, and when your OVR is at 90, you really don't have a need for any elite players if you're not training them, especially when they're not tradable. But again, everything is going to be non-tradable in the new season after a week. Just saying. Here's what it is. If you don't want to go after the now and later points, you can go for resources in here. So either the snowballs or the lures, so that you can claim milestones on their path. So if we go back to the ice fishing hole and you look at the milestone path here, once you claim 2,000 lures, there's a lot of now and later points and some legendary tokens that pop up. You can get more lures back in one of the winter village paths, either the day or night. You're going to claim some down the middle, but there are also more found at left 3.1 and right 3.1. Is it this one? Yeah. So 3.1 there and 3.1 here on that side and that side. There are additional lures that you can find in other places as too. I think there's some in the 60 more in the Aurora Pass. And you're going to claim some coming down the middle. I can't remember exactly where they're at. You come down the middle, there's more lures once you come down to claim one of those. So if those are your focus for the milestones there, you may change the way you kind of handle these two villages. You can focus on them. And the same thing can be said for snowball tokens. There is a milestone path over in the snowball stockpile. It's the same kind of thing that includes legendary and a lot more now and later points, but if you'd have to focus on the snowballs. Now those can also be found in the ice fishing hole when you get lucky with some pack luck as far as those goes, and in the villages at left and right 3.2, which is really close to where this is. We've got lures there, then right below is the snowballs. But again, those are also available down the middle. It's just going to come down to which direction you want to go. Now, if we go back to the main three milestones, we've already talked about Prime Icon Drogba, now and later Drogba. You also have 150 now and later points and an icon center forward that no one wants, with 14 ranks that no one needs. So now, right now, with 33,700, the only one you can claim free to play is, you guessed it, the center forward that no one cares about. That's the only one that is available free to play without some gems. Now, Drogba is way out of range. Right now, he requires more than 200,000 gems. Like, it's out there. And again, you're only going to come away with a master later Drogba, not a 120, and you're only going to get to use him for a minimal amount of time. The now and later points at 50,000 right now take 82,500 gems to get you there, which is an insane amount of gems that you can't take with you at the end of the season. And yes, gems are not going to carry over. There are no gems in the new season. It's really probably not a good idea. I mean, if you have a ton of gems and you're not going to carry them over, then maybe, I guess. But then again, if you've got that many gems coming into this, then, you know, saving them for 150 now and later points is probably a pretty dumb decision anyway. Why did you not spend any of your gems? The gut punch of not having a legacy next season on top of an unusable market in Season 6 has kind of taken all of the excitement out of the preseason freeze for most of us legacy players, which, now that I'm thinking about it, we can't even call ourselves legacy players anymore because it's not going to make any sense moving forward because, you know, we don't have legacy squads. We're not going to have any legacy teams where we can look back through of us. Those of us who have referenced our past teams throughout the years won't be able to do that anymore with this giant shift to Asian football. Now, if your legacy team is getting left behind, what does carry over? Now, they haven't announced it yet, probably because, you know, we're not going to like the answer. Normally, I'd just say the only things that carry over are FIFA points, kits, logos in your legacy squad, but whether or not any of that beyond FIFA points is going to carry over is up in the air at this point because we now know the legacy squad doesn't because of the game mechanics of the Asian football. I don't know. So make sure you check out the beta market link for this other video that I posted. The link will be at the end of the video as well as in the description. If you haven't played the beta, you need to watch that video. If you're not a market guy, you still need to watch the video. This affects everyone. It's not just about making coins in the market. It's about having something useful for everyone. And what we're looking at next year is anything but useful for anyone. Those in the beta, even those who loved this new market in the beginning, and they weren't listening when all of us were screaming about how it was going to eventually tank, are now coming around to seeing how bad it can be if things don't change with the new season. You need to watch that video, okay? You need to get into the beta. You need to try it out for yourself and understand where the problems are. If we don't all rise up against this travesty, we're looking at Season 6 being nothing more than a gambling simulator, and none of us want that. If you're into gambling, great, but use your money somewhere else. Go to the casino, bet on real football, or just play the lottery. I don't know. It's just not what we want in a mobile game. Thanks a lot. Check out my Twitch stream where some of you are watching this live right now as a watch party before it goes up on YouTube. What's up, guys? Check out FinallyHeSleeps.com for all things FIFA Mobile. And as always, I appreciate the support. Now, before I sign off, a big shout out to my best supporters throughout the community: Kevin Ellison, Darren McConnell, John O'Rourke, Vavoa, JMO, Ruben Ventasilia, John Callahan, Nick Hill, Oliver Quinn, John Buttmunch, DR123, Cole, Christoph, Jonathan Downing, Kinsey Political, plus FIFA Ruben, Games with Dustin, Stopty, and Antoine and the whole gang at EA. Despite my obvious disposition over the shift from a bot market to a player-to-play exchange system next season, I do love this game, and I love being part of the community, I promise. I mean, actually, I promise I'm normally a really positive guy. I'm usually a little bit of an asshole, but positive nonetheless. I love each and every one of you. You guys are the heart and soul of the FIFA Mobile community. And as long as you keep watching, I'll keep making videos.